Okay, so once again, hearty welcome to all the devotees for this morning Gita Gyan class. So let's begin this session with prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृपा मूर्ति श्री भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. Okay, so today we are into 18th chapter, verse number 41. Would any Mataji or Prabhuji would try reciting, or should I? Okay, let me read out. So in this shloka, Krishna says, Brahmana Kshatriya Vinsham Shudranam cha Parantapaha Karmani Pravibhaktani Swabhav Prabhavai Gurune. So if you see the shlokas, see the first part, okay, we'll start discussing by the last word that has been used in the first part of the shloka, that is parantapaha. Parantapaha means a person who who is an enemy, or who kills his enemies, who wins over his enemy. So Krishna is telling Arjuna that, hey Arjuna, you are parantapaha, means he is the winner over the enemies. And then see this wordings, what there are a lot of things, but if you see the first part of the verse, it says Brahmana Kshatriya Vinsham in one word, and then it goes Putranam. So why it has been written in this format? Because Brahmana Kshatriya Vinsham are known as Dvijatiya. Dvijati means they take birth twice. So how do they take birth twice? It is very flabbergasted when you hear anything like a person taking birth twice. So as per the rituals, when a person has his gets his thread ceremony, and as we have a marriage ceremony, we also have thread ceremony. So when thread ceremony happens for a person, that thread ceremony is known as his second birth. So if you have ever attended, there are a lot of rituals that the boy who is getting that ceremony done, he would sit on his mother's lap, and as when a mother gives birth to a child, the doctor cuts the umbilical cord. So the pandit, the whoever is getting the ceremony done, he creates the umbilical cord using a wire, and then they cut it. And then they are told that you should cry now because your umbilical cord has cut and you have taken a birth. Because even a Brahman, a person who has just taken birth in Brahman's family, is not considered as a Brahman until and unless he gets the thread. Okay, his that ritual, that sanskar that we say, out of 16 sanskar, one sanskar is thread ceremony. Until unless that is done, he is not considered as a Brahman. So if you see, so now the second part, God Krishna says, Karmani pravibhaktani swabhav prabhavai gurne. That means, as per this, a person does his activities, and as per the activities, he gets those qualities. So see, whatever quality we have, that quality we get only by doing a particular practice. Only by doing a particular activity, we get that quality. For example, if I am a good cook, why I am a good cook? Because I have been cooking since years. So likewise, someone is a good singer, someone is a good dancer. Why they are a better? Because they have been practicing. So Krishna says that as per your activities, you get qualities. And as per the qualities, you get differentiated. That's why in the verse, if you see in the translation, Krishna says, Brahmanas Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras are distinguished by the qualities born of their own nature in accordance with the material modes, O chastiser of the enemy. So, quality, how do they get the quality? By doing a particular activity. And as per that, whether a person is in a mode of goodness, passion, or ignorance, as per them, on the basis of this, they are classified, they are categorized. So now, whether see coming in the coming classes, we'll talk about the various qualities of Brahmana, Kshatriya, and Vaishya. But we'll not talk about that. We will talk about in the upcoming classes. So when we talk of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, right, the fourth grade, at times what happens that you know in a society, everyone is needed. Everyone's place is there in a society. Just as in our body, every component of our body is important in its own place. Just imagine that if you have a itching feeling, an itching feeling on your leg, do you think that we can scratch that part of our leg using our head? No, we have to use our arms. So, likewise, every part of our body is important to our body. Like that, only every section of a society is important for the entire society. And that's why there is a differentiation as per the qualities, as per the the activities that we do. But we should not discriminate people on the basis of that. That's why we have a regulative principle in our constitution. No discrimination on the basis of caste, creed, color, religions, gender, etc. We have been studying since our school age. Why we should not discriminate? There comes the tattva gyan. Okay, we have heard Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, very good. But that's why it is said that every shloka of Bhagavad Gita, every day when you read, it refreshes you with a new knowledge. That's why our Shastras are known as Purana. The Puran is a Sanskrit word which means new. Every time you read, you get something new. That's why they are ever fresh, ever green they are. Why you should not discriminate? Now, if you have read Srimad Bhagavatam, in Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna says, Purusasya mukham brahma kshetram etasya bahava urve vaishyo bhagavatah pad bhayam shudro vajayat. That Purusasya mukham brahma, ki Brahman is the section, is God's head itself. That's why it is said, Brahman section, the Brahman section, whatever is the section, this section, whenever they open their mouth, they should always recite or only the scriptural hymns, because out of God's mouth, Vedas come out. So that's why Brahman is the God's head. And then Krishna says, Kshetram etasya bahava. The Kshatriya people are God's hands. Urva Vaishya Bhagavatah. Vaishya and Urvo. Urvo means thighs. Ki Vaishya section is God's thigh. And Pad Bhayam Shudro Vajayat. And Krishna's feet are Shudra. So that's why we should not discriminate, because we should think, we should know this, that whether a person is a Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, whatever it is, they are a part and parcel of God. They are a part and parcel of Krishna, just like me. As I am a part and parcel of Krishna, everyone in the society, even from the big Brahma to the tiniest ant, everyone is a part and parcel of Krishna. That's the reason why we should not discriminate. Just for an example, every alternate day, or at places every day, sometimes you'll see every morning person comes to our house, right, to take the waste out of our house. And at times we treat them very in a very hesitative manner, as if that person has done something very wrong. I've seen people, they treat or they talk like them, that they have taken that person like granted. Maybe he is doing something abominable, but actually not. He's cleaning the society. But we treat him or her like as if they are our slaves, because there we forget that he is also, or she is also, a Krishna's part and parcel. He is getting his activities done, and he got that life as per his activities, and as per those activities he has those qualities, whether he may be chewing tobacco, whether he may be drinking alcohol, whatever it is. He may be wrong also, but that is not our work, that we have to correct him. We should pray for him. We should pray for his life, a betterment of his life, that he can at least do something on the path of devotion, if we are really worried. Because at the end of the day, we should have that knowledge that he is also part and parcel of Krishna, and likewise we are just brothers and sisters. We don't know, that's a different thing. We have forgotten, but at the end of the day, we are brothers and sisters, because everyone belongs to Krishna. So if this thought is there in us, then we'll see we'll never discriminate. We'll see, if we are discriminating people, if we are jealous out of people, and as in Ramcharitmanas it has been said, Nirmal manajan so mohi pava, mohi kapat chal chhidra na bhava. And out of this jealousy factor, we cannot get Bhagavad Prapti. We'll not be able to go to Bhagavad Dham, we'll not be able to go to Golok Vrindavan. Because all these things catch us, hold us in the footprints of the three modes: goodness, passion, and ignorance. Whether it is any mode of this material world, whatever we catch hold of, we will not be able to elevate ourselves. That's why Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, Nastre gunyo bhavarjun, tregunya vishya veda. Because you have to go out of these three modes. That's why we see there are so many differences, there are so many discriminations, but we should not discriminate. We should keep ourselves out, because we know what are we here for. And if we also do the same thing after reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and so many things, then it's just waste of our time, that we are reading, we are learning, but at the end of the day, when time comes for execution, we fail. We will get Sukriti, no doubt. We'll get 100%. And we are getting, no doubt. That's the reason we are here. Otherwise, we would have been under our blankets in this winter season, right? So, likewise, as until unless, as Krishna says in chapter 5, that until and unless you get this common eyesight, samdarshinaha, you will not be able to elevate. That's why in one of the shlokas, Krishna says, Vidya Vinay Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Suni cha Shaiv Shopake cha Pandita Samdarshini. So our well knower is a knower who knows the knowledge perfectly. And if he has the knowledge, then he never discriminates between a dog eater or a Brahman. So that's why these four categories of our society has been made on the basis of karma, right? As Krishna says in one of the shlokas, that Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra has been formed on the basis of karma and not the basis of religion, right? So that's the reason these all four are as equal as important in their respective places. So we should not think that, okay, this is big, this is small. No, nothing is big or nothing is small. As now in our society, we have a fashion, right? We want to mingle everything. Like woman is same, woman is as equal to men, men is as equal to women. If men and women are equal, then why the name differs? The name should also be same, right? So nothing is equal, but at the same time, all are important in their respective places. All of them have something to do in their respective places. And if we discriminate, nothing is going to happen to them. It's we are taking ourselves a back foot in the path of devotion, and likewise we will not be able to proceed in the path of devotion. So coming in the coming classes, for example, tomorrow and day after tomorrow, we will hear about various qualities of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, and accordingly we can judge where are we landing, whether we are in Brahman place, Kshatriya or Vaishya or Shudra. But at the for example, I remember one saint told very good example one day, that where many a times we say, right, that rajogun and tamogun is not good. So for example, just imagine the position of a traffic police. So if a traffic police in the mode of goodness, do you think, will you be ever able to control the traffic? Leave about traffic. Talk about our ISKCON festivals, Janmashtami, Radhashtami, whatever amount. And the people, the devotees, those who are allotted for crowd controlling. Do you think they control the crowd being in the mode of goodness? Never. How good devotee he or she is. I have seen n number of devotees shouting and yelling on the crowd just to control them. Because at that point of time, they have to inherit that quality. There's no option. So likewise, I just give an example of Rajogun. So likewise, every quality has its own importance. But just like in a medicine store, every medicine has its own importance. But every medicine doesn't belong to us, is not meant for us. So we have to see which medicine is meant for us to heal our pain. So accordingly, we have to take our actions. So likewise, these four categories of our society are there, but where we want to be, that we have to decide. Okay, so with this, let's be ready for tomorrow to hear the qualities of Brahman and then Kshatriya and Vaishya. And we should decide, and as we are in a new year, right? We can even think of adopting those qualities slowly and steadily by working on them, so that we have a better year ahead. Okay. So with this, we conclude today's class. If any Mataji or Prabhuji has any questions, we can take on. Else, we'll conclude. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Actually, this is a silly question.